Hello 5th grade, how are you? I hope you're all doing well. In today's video, we will take page number 65 from the pupil's book. Open your pupil's book at page number 65. Exercise 2. Look and say. Before we start, let's look at the pictures. Look at picture 1. What can you see at picture 1? We can see skyscrapers. ناطحات سحاب. Skyscrapers. What about picture 2? What can you see at picture 2? We can see some astronauts. We can see some astronauts. رواد فضاء. What about picture 3? What can you see at picture 3? We can see flying cars. سيارات طائرة. Flying cars. What about picture 4? What can you see at picture 4? We can see an astronaut. We can see an astronaut. What about picture 5? What can you see at picture 5? We can see a robot. We can see a robot. Now, let's read the example. In 100 years, I think that people will live in skyscrapers. في 100 عام أو بعد 100 عام، أنا أعتقد أن الناس سوف يعيشون في ناطحات سحاب. Now in this exercise, you are going to make similar sentences about each picture using the words below the pictures. بهذا التمرين لازم تعملوا جمل مشابهة للمثال باستخدام الكلمات الموجودة تحت كل صورة. Okay, let's start. Picture 1. In 100 years, I think that people will live in skyscrapers. Picture 2. In 100 years, I think that children will have school trips to the moon. في 100 عام أو بعد 100 عام، أعتقد أن الأطفال سوف يكون لديهم رحل مدرسية إلى القمر. Picture 3. In 100 years, I think that scientists will invent roads in the sky for flying cars. في 100 عام أو بعد 100 عام، أنا أعتقد أن العلماء سوف يخترعون طرق في السماء للسيارات الطائرة. Picture 4. In 100 years, I think that astronauts will discover new planets. في 100 عام أو بعد 100 عام، أنا أعتقد أن رواد الفضاء سوف يكتشفون كوكب أو كواكب جديدة. Picture 5. In 100 years, I think that robots will wash cars. في 100 عام أو بعد 100 عام، أنا أعتقد أن الروبوتات سوف تغسل السيارات. Now here are the answers. 1. In 100 years, I think that people will live in skyscrapers. 2. In 100 years, I think that children will have school trips to the moon. 3. In 100 years, I think that scientists will invent roads in the sky for flying cars. 4. In 100 years, I think that astronauts will discover new planets. 5. In 100 years, I think that robots will wash cars. Exercise 3. Talk about you. In this exercise, you are going to talk about what will you be when you grow up. يعني بهذا التمرين رح تحكوا عن إيش رح تصيروا لما تكبروا. For example, will you be a teacher? Or will you be a nurse? Or will you be a scientist? Or will you be a firefighter? Or will you be an architect? Or will you be a dentist? Now, before we start, let's read the example. I think that I will be a doctor when I grow up. أنا أعتقد أني سوف أكون طبيباً عندما أكبر. I think that I will be a teacher when I grow up. أنا أعتقد أني سوف أكون معلم أو معلمة عندما أكبر. I think that I will be a nurse when I grow up. أنا أعتقد أني سوف أكون ممرض أو ممرضة عندما أكبر. I think that I will be a scientist when I grow up. أنا أعتقد أني سوف أكون عالم أو عالمة عندما أكبر. I think that I will be a firefighter when I grow up. أنا أعتقد أني سوف أكون إطفائي عندما أكبر. I think that I will be an architect when I grow up. أنا أعتقد أني سوف أكون مهندس معماري عندما أكبر. I think that I will be a dentist when I grow up. أنا أعتقد أني سوف أكون طبيب أسنان عندما أكبر. Now tell me, what will you be when you grow up? So, that's it for today. Goodbye, see you later.